find solutions here and there and understand what is happening in the country. But before I go on, let's have our wise saying for this morning. My people would say that a child who does not understand what war is, when he hears the sound of beating drums, you call it piece of yam. That means when people do not understand how serious some situations are, they take everything for granted. Hopefully, this morning we will know to do the right thing. We will know to be smart, not to cause problems for ourselves and our nation. Welcome. I'll be joined later on by Rufai, who will be taking a look at some of the major stories we'll be bringing up today. Let's start off with this day and some of the major headlines from this day. We have a major one. First Lady urges youth to align with government's programs visions. CPPE commends CBN's banking recapitalization policy. Zenith Bank named Nigeria's best bank for fourth year at Global Finance Awards. Gary Power restates commitment to Nigeria's power sector, highlights 550 million investment to date. Inspired by Senegalese election, Atiku rallies opposition to form coalition. We had a bit of that yesterday from some of the papers we had. Let me take a quick look at this one, where the First Lady is urging youth to align with government's programs visions. She said this, I'm talking about the First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, and she had said this when she played host to the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, and she encouraged them, or the young people of Nigeria, to promote our Nigerianness, oneness, and there is a need for our young people to have role models, and I'll quote her, there is a need for you youths to have role models who will teach you what to do and how to do them, just as the Bible talks about in Titus 2 and 1 Timothy, that the older ones should teach the younger ones. Well, that was a message she had shared, and also talked about technology being very good and something for us to, really focus on. I love that message, but my challenge now is, our elders really behaving the way we would want our children to emulate? Because most of the people the young people seem to see now are in the limelight, and one wonders about the behavior, the way people steal recklessly, they don't really care about much, and we wonder, is this what we want our children to emulate? What are the elders truly up to? Okay, we'll move on to another paper this morning. We have, let's take first off the Nation newspaper. And the Nation newspaper has some major headlines, one being PDP launches bid for opposition's rebound. PDP launches bid for opposition's rebound, looking at how they can put themselves together after all the major defeats to really be the opposition party they are meant to be. How that will go, we're still waiting to see. Breaking: FG increases gas to power price to $2.42 MMBTU. I'll tell you a bit about that later on. And Reps Deputy Speaker lobbies Tinubu for Nnamdi Kanu's release. You can pick up the Nation newspaper and you will get some of those stories, read them and understand what's being said. We have the Vanguard here. One major story from the Vanguard. They're looking at this story of Okwama community, and this particular angle is being taken from a member of that community who has remained anonymous, sharing with us the reason behind the conflict, what truly happened, their role in everything, and the fact that they are feeling quite victimized. A leader of the Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State has opened up on what led to the killing of 17 soldiers and yet to be a certain number of natives in the community on March 14. And he explained that A leader from Okolobo in Bomadi local government area, they've been having disputes with this particular community, and that leader was a person who had led soldiers to their own communities, leading to all the problems we're having now. Well, you can pick up that paper and read more on that. Let's see what we have from the paper I have in front of me right now. And this one is Tribune. The Tribune has the following: Man allegedly defied toddler in Ibadan. Says, I was checking the function of my retracted manhood. Nice. Oh God. My question, you want to check why it has gone inside, it's not working well. You choose to do it with a toddler. And the story has it that the toddler was sleeping peacefully by the side of her grandma when this boy went to pick up the kid and did what he did with her. The father only found out when he came back at about 11 p.m. Now, there are some many questions to answer from this story. If you pick up the Tribune, you get to hear what they have to say about this particular story, because a lot of gray areas are here. The care the grandma is given, the security apparatus, how they handled everything, and so on. Check out that story. Renewed hope, Tinubu's March scorecard. Breaking, gunmen abduct students traveling in Delta. Reps to probe and bet over $69.4 million owed by two Benin Republic-based firms. Edo PDP chairman Remi recounts ordeal in kidnappers' den. More you can get from the Nigerian Tribune on those stories I just doled out to you. We'll be joining Rufai shortly, but before then, I'll take more reports. Leadership, the leadership paper is right here now. Let's take some of the major headlines it has. Ambassadorial list, experts raise concern over delayed posting. That is a major one. Foundation urges more action against gender-based violence. And ahead of zonal meeting, Ikpeazu's ex-appointees join APC. No sacred cow in anti-corruption fight, EFCC boss declares. I don't wish my enemies to be in kidnappers' den, Edo PDP chairman. And that story you'll find in the papers. Read more about it. Nigeria's burgeoning kidnapping industry with the state governors. Big question. Where are the governors? What are they doing? What are we doing? Leadership newspaper has that. Pick it up and read more about that particular story and other stories too. I'll take two major ones from the Punch newspaper. First, let's see what they have here. Discos make 1 trillion naira amid grid crisis. Unmetered customers hit 5.8 million. Hey, what we cannot see in this light matter. Let me not use the other line. Maybe it does exist, because in the year where we've had so many off, they are making so much money. Do you know how many times we've had the grid go off this period? Despite all that, revenue generation by electricity distribution companies in Nigeria has surged to 1.1 trillion naira within 12 months, first 12 months of 2023. Now the question is, where is the money coming from? The darkness? Or is it the fact that we have a lot of people who are under the estimated billing system, where you bill people in very unreasonable formats? Is a big question. September 14, we had the grid had an issue, and from 2017 to 2023, it is reported that Nigeria's national power grid collapsed 46 times. But they're making a lot of money still. How? Well, maybe if Rufai has an answer, maybe he will share. NEC sits over state police as governors plan forest guards. Very interesting story. You should read it. And I'm happy to hear, and you should be happy too, that despite all the challenges, Easter, fun seekers flooded parks, beaches amid the tough times. That was a delightful story because it now showed that things were not, you know, should I say not that bad? But things, permitted people to have some fun. Let's take The Guardian quickly and then we'll join Rufai. The Guardian has how FX, duty rates disparity, shipping charges compound inflation. And it's said in their lead that unless urgent measures are deployed, the gap in food sufficiency, prices of goods, and citizens' unhealthy lifestyles could be further compounded and dampened as a result of the high custom duty exchange rate. We also have this one that the World Bank hails Nigeria over 104 million issued NIN amid enrollment challenges. In this particular story, you also get to see the new prizes names as put there. In case you want to change your name, email, address, and all that, there are prices there now. You should check them out. All right. If we're set, I'm set for us to move on to join Rufai. And
I'm here.
hi. Oh, I didn't know you were there already. Good morning,
I've, I've,
Rufai.
been here. I've been here. I've been here and listened to you do a fabulous job reading out all the stories. Good
Oh,
morning and happy
thank
Easter.
you.
Well,
Happy Easter
thank you.
again. So, how are you today? You good?
Bless God. We bless God. I
Great.
trust you're good too.
I'm fine.
Bless God.
Let's start with this one that we're making so much money when people hardly have electricity supply, and some of the top distribution companies that made so much money are the ones in Lagos. We're talking of IKDC, EKDC, and all that. What do you think of this?
I mean, it's a sad reality that after the federal government rolled out the metering project, by now we don't have enough meters in the country.
Hmm.
Nigeria is a very under-metered country, and when you don't have your metering system in place, then you cannot have effectiveness as regards how you even monitor how power is being dispensed and how power is being used. So
Hmm.
with all the money pumped into the metering program, then you see that there is nothing. That's why you were talking about estimated billing. People now go and resort to estimated billing, which is not also good for the ecosystem.
Hmm.
Because even with that, you might underbill, and the electricity company too are losing money as regards that. So while sometimes people think they gain money and all of that, I think what we should really work on is the metering system.
Yeah.
The presidential metering initiative, of subsequent governments should be revisited. And let's see how we can also backwardly integrate such a way that we can now produce those meters in Nigeria. I mean, when you go every part of the world, the smart metering system it's just a very small thing. It's chip dependent. These are things we can produce in Nigeria and be able to create jobs for other people. So what I see in that problem is opportunity. But the
Hmm.
question is, do we think that way?
One other thing that bothered me during the week was the fact that I heard somebody complaining that the old meters that they are switching from to these new ones, they paid for them, and now the distribution company is saying, "Okay, we have a new format. Come pay for this one too." So I'm wondering, in all of this, if you're making so much money, why don't you do an exchange? We have the new ones. Please exchange your old for new and find a way around it. Okay, if they must pay, have a way of collecting the money gradually. But they're making people pay again for something that they originally paid for. You want to replace it, you're asking them to pay again. Something that is no fault of theirs.
I think to a large extent, what the electricity company should get right is their transitioning system to the new meters. I mean, once you have their encoded chip on the old meter, you can just transfer their information to the new meter
Mm-hmm.
and just upgrade. And even if you're going to have an upgrade, you don't really need to snuff out the money out of the pockets of the consumers. So that's the other part of it. But it's just about even looking at the energy sector holistically and seeing how we can create more opportunities because there's much more opportunities. I've talked about meter production. I've also even talked about, having in such a way where we can have a multi-grid system where, and that's not possible in Nigeria yet, where you can use multiple companies just like it's done in other parts of the world, that you can say, okay, I don't want to be on this electricity distribution company today. I want to check the other one, just like you have with portability. You should also be able to have that too, but that will have to involve revamping the grid and doing a lot more. So there are many things that are at stake. It's just about looking at it and doing it effectively.
Yeah, and there's also the increment, the gas price, and so we may be looking for another increment as per how much we're paying for power supply, and this one is
I mean,
maybe just around the corner.
and that's a sad reality. So we're looking at that gas that is supposed to be a transition energy that everybody's talking about. As we transition into carbon net neutrality and all of that, prices are also going up. But the question is, how is the government going to cushion the effect on the citizenry? I remember when gas prices went off that time, the government said they were going to take out VAT from
Mm.
gas price and things like that. So what is the government doing to be able to cushion this effect on the citizenry? Because yes, gas is priced according to international market. If it's going up on the international market, then there should be buffers for a lot of Nigerians. And like I keep arguing, there are countries in the world where this government create buffers. In
Mm.
America, for there's something called the what's it called, the strategic national reserves, where tons and tons of millions of barrels of crude oil is stored. I think so that the American people, if there's a price hike in crude oil, they don't really feel it that much.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
these are the things to provide energy security. So those are the things we should be able to look at strongly.
And also in the news today, we have this one. Let's take the one from Daily Post. Loads of other papers have it. That gunmen abducted many students in Delta State. And this one reminds me of the question that we had asked earlier, with this kidnapping just increasing by the day. Where are the governors? What are they really doing? And that these gunmen abducted the unspecified number of students traveling along the east-west road in the Ughelli Delta State. That east-west road had become and has become an issue.
And the truth has to be said. What is the government doing as regards? The government keeps saying, yes, we fought bandits, we fought criminals and all of that. But the truth is, we need to be able to look deeply at a lasting solution to ending this problem of insecurity. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere. If you have a society that's constantly having kidnapping and things like that, it's not even good for investors, because investors too are hearing it. You forget that the world is a global village today, and everybody hears what goes on in Nigeria.
Mm.
So let us do as much as possible to help ourselves, and by solving this problem of kidnapping once and for all.
And this one we just talked about, you see here that the military remains committed to defeating insurgents, bandits. The chief has said, talking about the chief of army staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, he declared that the military establishment, they are committed to defeating virtually all these, the insurgents, armed bandits, and so on. The kidnapping, they are being attributed to bandits and so on, because nobody really has a name as per who's doing this. And the military is saying they are committed to fighting this. Are we really seeing any impact of such commitment in, let's say, the kidnapping that we just talked about?
You see, the truth is, yes, there are some successes. We can't deny the fact. When Taurid Lagbaja was giving his Easter message, he talked about the decimation of bandits in Zamfara and things like that. But as long as we're still hearing cases of kidnapping and all of that, it's not still holistic enough. And that's the question we should ask. How can we make it such a way that crime can come down to a reasonable proportion? And I think that's the challenge before us. And the earlier they do, the better it is for us.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways? Number one, they need a lot of intelligence. So the question is, how can they build back that relationship, between the military and the people to give them intelligence? A case like what happened in Okwama stops the people from giving military intelligence when they have it, because that was a very hurtful situation of that community. And the truth has to be said, we need to be able to bolster human military relations.
Mm. Mm.
Secondly, the military trying as much as possible to reach out, to communities and things like that, where all of these things are happening, and standing guard, being with the people is another way to bolster this relationship. But you see that to a large extent, you don't have this relationship any longer. And that's what's also increasing things like this. So the military should also know that they have a social service. And they should also understand that it is not a military government we are in. We're in a civilian government where you are subject to the tenets of democratic rule.
Okay. And let's take a look at the diplomatic scene here now. where the leadership is reporting that the ambassadorial list, people are concerned, experts are concerned that till now we do not have the appointment of substantive heads of Nigerian foreign missions in the positions of ambassadors and high commissioners, and that this may just have some implications. What do you think?
I mean, this might just have some implication because most of those ambassadors were recalled. But the thing is, you didn't even mobilize their recall in the first place. I hear from a grapevine that they're still trying as much as possible to work on the list and everything. So I think once they're done working on the list, we should have those representations. And also, apart from just having the ambassadors, we should also look at how we can upgrade our embassies abroad. I mean, it's a very sorry and parlous
Mm,
state.
mm,
There was a story of a Nigerian embassy somewhere that were in bad conditions. And these are things that we shouldn't do. And also, facilitation of passport collection process and things like that. Yes, Olubumi Ojo the other day, I had worked with him on some getting some messages out as regards security of the passport and things like that. That's the Minister of Interior,
mhm.
but also people complain about the logistical bottleneck. So these are things we should also look at in our embassies around the world and ensure that we bring them to par with other countries around the world.
Yeah, but we're still talking diplomacy. The inauguration that's taking place in Senegal today, President will be, going there with other African leaders to grace the Senegalese president swearing in today. What do you expect from that? Do you think that aside just the pleasantries and all that, our presence there would help?
Yeah, we're a very cardinal member. Nigeria has to go there because don't forget that President Tinubu is the head of ECOWAS as we
Yeah.
speak. And by reason, we've always had Nigerian heads of states, because of the close relationship we have with Senegal, go to the Senegalese swearing in. I mean, yesterday I was watching Senegalese TV and where they were doing the look back at the five elected Senegalese presidents because they've only had five presidents. Leopold Sedar Senghor, they have Amadou Diouf, and they had Abdoulaye Wade and Makita and Basiru Jaffa Jomai, the current president. So it's about five presidents. But during the swearing in of Wade, I remember I see a picture where you had maybe it was ex-Nigerian president then, Absalami Abubakar. A picture of him was there. So we've always had this strong relationship with Senegal. And also, I am happy that peace is restored to Senegal, owing to the fact that Senegal, that has always been a beacon of hope across the African continent, almost threw us out of
Yeah, out of
our
sync.
comfort zone
Yeah.
with what happened recently and Macky Sall trying to extend the tenure. But the Senegalese people stood firm. And that's why I disagree with Atiku Abubakar yesterday when he was talking about the coalition to win. No, it wasn't the coalition that won in Senegal. It was the grace.
Mm. Hello, are you there? Okay. Um. Okay. Once it's back, we'll come and
Over
we'll.
70%
Okay.
vote. Eh?
Okay. Carry
Can
on.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
do you know that there was over 70% voter turnout in Senegal? We have never recorded that in recent times in Nigerian politics. So we can't just leave this political process to the people. We
Mm.
must be able to do everything right, to be able to ensure that the people stand in the gap and they face the government and they face the judiciary. And the judiciary in Senegal too had to concur with the people when they saw the will of the people.
Yeah.
So for what it is today, it's a triumph of democracy. Officially power will be handed over. But both men need to be careful because I tell people Senegal has two presidents. They have Ousmane Sonko, who is his mandate that Bashir Jaffa Jomai is using because Sonko was supposed to run in that election. He came third in the last election in 2019. But if you remember, he was in prison. He went through a lot. He was stopped from running. And even Bashir Jaffa Jomai just came out of prison before he too ran. He was just 10 days after prison. So you sort of have two presidents. How are they going to settle their squabbles out? That's
Mm.
one thing we should look. And
Hmm.
that's why Africa must demand a lot from Senegal as we speak today.
Yeah.
Because Senegal today, from almost being a sore thumb democratically, because that's the only country you've not had coup or civil unrest as regards political usurpation and democratic annihilation, has
Hmm.
turned itself and has become a beacon of hope with very transparent elections. So how can we bolster that? And it rests on the of the two men, Usmani Sonko and Bashir Jaffa Jomai. which are very good friends, both members of the Pastif party. In fact, I hear that Usmani Sonko calls one of his sons, Usmani, as
Mm.
a tribute. I mean, Bashir Jamaifai calls one of his sons Usmani as a tribute to Usman Sonko. That's how close they are.
Oh,
And
yeah.
may their union not be scattered, because leadership is difficult. So we wish Senegal well this morning.
Yeah, and we wish Africa well. Finally, let's take a look at this before I let you off, and we'll be taking your calls shortly. This particular one, where the First Lady paying host or playing host to some young people, had told them, emulate. You should have people you emulate in the society. You should have elders, adults in quote, or elders that you
I mean,
emulate.
with due respect, the
Mm.
problem about that statement is there are a lot of criminals called adults that are not worth emulating our society.
And they're the
There are a lot of
loudest. They're the
They are the last
loudest.
fraudulent people. They do all sorts of things, forge age, forge certificate, forge documents, do all sorts. But I would just like to advise the young people, watch their life properly before you emulate them. It's not just to
Mm.
emulate a lot of criminals that they lap off the sweat of others, and it's not a good thing. And if you're an adult and you know that your life has been a false one, you have the time to change your life.
Mm.
That's what I'll say to the youth of Nigeria.
Yeah, we're set to carry on with your messages and so on. Rufai was saying, thank you very, very much. Wishing you the very best of the day. Enjoy yourself.
Have a great one.
Oh, okay. The line went off, but I know you wanted to say have a great day and a great one too. So thank you very much. 0700 903 903 903 will be the number you'll be calling. And for WhatsApp, 0817175638. I already have some WhatsApp messages. I almost did not take some yesterday, so I'll be starting from WhatsApp. I have your message here from Ikotu Igbe. Mayor, you said good morning to all and good morning to you. Let me remind Nigerians that kidnapping did not start in Nigeria. I think you wanted to say start today in Nigeria. Umaru Diko was once kidnapped by Nigerian government. Was it Nigerian government? Former governor of Anambra State, Chris Ngige, was kidnapped while in office. Namdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya to Nigeria by Nigerian government. Was it Nigerian government? So it was our government through the citizens that had it kidnapped. This is Martins Duro, aka Mayor from Ikotu. You call government plenty for this, your message. Good morning, Sister Cordelia. Good morning, brother. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Yes, it is. First Lady urging Nigerian youth to align with the federal government. Meanwhile, federal government and others in government don't have anything to offer. You think so? Okay, they don't have good reputation, only bad examples. Look at Senegal election. People's choices emerged as president, but over here, they impose themselves on Nigerians. Peace or Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Thank you very much for your message. Good morning, Cordelia. It sounds like mockery from the First Lady as she advised the youths to emulate their leaders. For me, there is nothing to learn from our leaders other than corruption and how to rig elections. Very unfortunate and sad. But I do believe that there are good leaders, good people who could emulate. We just need to really look. And you say for Atiku, advise him to step down and encourage younger ones, as was seen in Senegal. Coming out to contest again would be like dashing APC automatic second term. I wish he would listen. This is from His Royal Highness BC Woko in Oshodi. Thank you, Your Highness. Good morning to you. And Benjamin from Shogunle, you said, to me, the government at all levels not doing much as far as security is concerned. Now the kidnappers are focusing on students, which is very bad for our country. The federal government, who is in control of the armed forces, should please deploy them to every part of our country to war against kidnapping in our country, and the people reported to be sponsoring kidnapping should be brought to book and punished accordingly. Here, here. The hardship of the Nigerian masses keep increasing by the day, and the present government keep pushing in blame. President Tinubu should please save the country from hunger, which his policy of subsidy removal brought to the masses. I'll take one more Okay, do I have one more here? I'll take just one more, then I'll move over to the call. Good morning, I'm Jovel. Hi, Jovel. Are you the same person as Cordelia Obey? In this whole world and beyond, there is only one Cordelia Obey. Me in English, not me. Yes, Jovel, the same person. Thank you very much. Good morning. All right, let's take some calls now, and you'll be the first. Remember, you must turn down the volume on your radio set. You tell me your name, where you're calling from, and you have 1 minute. Believe it or not, I have a timer. And when I say your time starts now, it truly does start now. Let's take you. Good morning.
Rufai, I I think that maybe I made a mistake to hear your voice. I said, this voice is resemble this woman that's working in Metro FM before. Is that Cordelia?
It's me. Oh. It's me.
Wow.
Any other Cordelia needs NAFDAC number. I tell
you. No, there's no any. Because this one, wow. Where have you been since?
I've been around the world, searching for
your
my
fans
money.
will miss you a lot. When I hear you this morning, I'm very happy. I come one of my friends and I hear Cordelia voice on this station. So that I'm lying. No, long time. It's not whether I want to contribute to the program. I just want to say hello to you. I greet you. We love you. We love your your beautiful voice. We love it. Please continue to come to this station. We want to hear you more. Cordelia, we miss you.
Thank you. You're making me shy. If to say I'll be Ibona for the red. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we'll take the next one. Hello, good morning. Oh no. You must turn down the volume on your radio set. Okay, we go again. Good morning.
Hello, the radio is on. Okay. Are you with me?
I'm with you in the spirit and physically. What's your name?
The lady, this is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now.
Now, yeah, this is very true. You see, there are only, for me, 2 businesses that are booming now in Nigeria, and they are making so much money, millions, trillions, billions. The business of kidnapping, and the government keep talking about renewed hope. And then the business of living in darkness, and the discos are making trillions of naira. That's a criminal business, because I cannot imagine why you don't give people light. You carry ladder, you do all those things, then you are making billions. You see, this estimated bill, it is not just a fraud, it's a criminal activity. And unfortunately, a democratically elected government cannot fight criminality in these 2 areas. Mary, Mary, why? Cordelia,
no, you can call Mary for the next 1 week, no problem.
Until the government decide to fight these criminalities. All this renewed hope, they are just boo-booing us. They know what they are doing. My Bible tells me, finally, as I drop, that people suffer when the wicked in authority. Okay, we must quote the Bible because I believe in the Bible.
Okay, you have quoted it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are free to call Mary at least for 1 week. After that, I'll pour water. All right, thank you very much. Remember, we must remain civil. Next, good morning. How are you? The clock is crowing in your area. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, madam. You know that this morning I know your name. You say your name is Cordelia,
is this same name as your mother?
You are highly welcome to the family, please. Yesterday I forgot to welcome you. You are highly welcome.
What's
because
your name,
your voice is a humble voice, just like Mary own. You know. Yeah, you are welcome. My contribution goes to.
First. Tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Ijeoma by name, please.
Okay, welcome. 1 minute. Starts.
Yeah. My take go to article talking about Senegal. Marching together before. Senegal party did not march together. The citizens, the youth of Senegal, decided to give power to their worst enemy that can lead them very fine. You understand me? Than their immediate brother and the immediate uncles that is wasting power. They decided to give power to their worst enemy. That should be in the article's head. And secondly, to our first lady, they are telling the kids to to copy the life of the elders. Please, we should advise our first lady to advise the elders to change their life to good life so that the youth will copy their lives. Please, that's what I contribute this morning. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you very much. All right, you're listening to VOP 90.3 FM, and we're looking at the papers this morning. Right now, taking your contributions. The number is 0700 903 903 903. And when you're calling, please turn down the volume on your radio set. You must be civil, and we usually will take 1 minute.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello,
Hello.
good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Mr. Monday. I'm calling from Agege. I see that I knew somebody in our family. Good morning once more.
Good morning. Welcome. Okay, you have 1 minute. Start now.
Yes. You see, our politicians, they are all the same. They are all the same, and they don't have anything for our Nigeria future. That's all I want to say. And I want to greet you once more. You are welcome.
I thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for the kind welcome, and I do appreciate that. I have your message here. Adeyemi Kamoru from Satellite Town, Lagos. If Peter Obi can't build the Labour Party, how can he build Nigeria? Where did Peter Obi come from today? You dream about him? Because I'm not talking about Peter Obi today. Dream. Now, maybe tomorrow the papers will have, but today we didn't. So let's move on. Good morning. Your radio. All right. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you, sir? Tell me your name, where you're calling from.
Ikan, calling you from the Solo Kingdom.
Welcome. Your 1 minute starts now. Chineke meziokwu.
Now my
What did you say? Say it in the English, Obiko.
Yes. The hen that is a male, they will know it in the morning. Now what I'm trying to say is this. The wife of the Tinubu telling the youths to emulate them. I do not understand the kind of emulation she's talking about. Is it what he promised, the husband promised and could not fulfill? We are in April, and they told Nigerians that by December last year, the NNPC will started to produce the oil. They shifted it to this April. I want to remind them that it's one of those promises he promised Nigerians, and he has not been fulfilling any of them. So it's that kind of a leader that we want the youth to emulate. People who will say one thing today and tomorrow they do another thing.
Okay, your 1 minute is up. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'll say it again. If we really look, really look, we will see that there are good leaders we could emulate. All right, let's move over to YouTube. Let's see the message. Oops, sorry. Let's see the messages we have there now. These are new messages, right? Yeah. Okay. Meters are free of charge in the Western world. You think I go read all these things when you write like that, eh? Mr. Biafra Superstar Media. Now what for you? You just write some kind of things. In the Western world, they replace your meter free, repair your meter free, upgrade your meter free, and set you up with a new meter free of charge. And Emmanuel Odu, are you not Nigerian? Is okay. I don't get you. People are quarreling. You're quarreling there. Happy quarreling. Talking Biafra. This okay. I'm saving the messages on YouTube to see. Ola Adewale, you said, would there be borrowing coming from Senegal? Cause all we hear about Nigeria is loans, even from Cameroon. I be not be so. I don't know. I beg, stop borrowing, cause the people are sorry. Ooh, you decided to be poetic. Nice. All right, do we have somebody there? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Fine. My name is Undiluted Goldman. I'm calling from Ladipo Market, Ojekunle precisely.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
What I want to say is that our politicians, let them stop deceiving us. All our politicians are deceiving us. We are in this country and we are seeing everything that is happening. Let them stop deceiving us. Let them put this country in order. It's not only Mr. President. All our politicians, they are all corrupt. Let them put head together and repair our country. It's not only Mr. President. Again, let our
Hold on,
guys,
sir.
Mr. President.
Do you know if you say all, that is a fallacy of overgeneralization.
Okay, no, not all, not all. There are not all. There are some that is good. There are some that is good. Yeah. But those that are bad, it's like there are more than the people that is good. That is why I put it in that way. Look at our country. Everything is turning upside down. We are calling Mr. President, Mr. President. It's not only Mr. President. So I'm saying that all our politicians should put it together and put things normal, put things in order. Again, let them release Mazen Nandekano.
Okay,
that man, I'm not sleeping about that man. I'm not sleeping.
Okay,
let them release it. Again, my sister, please, I want to know your name, please.
Okay, I'll say it
we
now.
have Mary before.
My name is Cordelia. Cordelia. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. You know, Cordelia is a very simple name to remember, especially for those from the East. My Eastern sisters, they were the first namesakes I ever got in this world. I said Cordelia in King Lear. I don't like that one. So very easy, Cordelia. All right. We're still here, and shortly we'll be moving on to the next segment, but we still have some time. And I have you on the line. Good morning. How are you?
Madam Speaker, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad at all. Welcome to our planet. This is Remi from the backyard in North London.
Oh, thank you. How's London today? How's the weather? Not very bad, I hope.
It's fine. It's warming up, so spring is here.
Oh, nice.
Hallelujah.
I like spring. Okay, you have 1 minute. Cool. Okay, good.
Okay, now, you see, people must understand you cannot express devotion to God and still have the phone number of the devil in your diary. Now, Madam Mrs. Tinubu was telling us to emulate people. I want to remind her that her husband openly called for people to sell their vote in Ekiti. He also told people to steal it and run with it. Look, we've got to be careful. And I want to beg parents, don't expose your children to Nigerian politics until you understand that they are able to distinguish between evil and good. In order for us not to have a generation of people that will believe that gangsterized politics is a norm. Save the future of your children. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And he's enjoying spring. I wish we could get some coolness of spring here because the heat is too much. And that tells us to quickly look at the weather this period. We should expect some rain later on. But unfortunately, even with the rains, the weatherman has said that the weather is still going to be very hot. You heard what he said there. Don't expose your children to whatever until they're wise enough to know good from evil. The highest temperature today is generally going to be like 35. Right now it's 27 degrees fair, still cool. But as the day will be progressing, it will be getting quite warm. And who's there? Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. My name is Raphael. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Raphael from Ikeja, you're welcome.
I just call. I'm not contributing. I'm not commenting on anything. I just called to welcome you to the studio.
Oh,
I used to know you, Madam Cordelia. I think from the TV station, you know.
Okay.
And VMTA.
Yeah.
And I also anchor a program on NTA that you give. I think and all of that.
Yes.
Yes. So I used to know Madam Cordelia way back, and it's good to have you in VOP. You know, there are so many people that are used to my team Mary that just left. Like the man who just called, that man that just called. You know, when he calls, he starts with his language, which is I think Akwa Ibom or so, and he ends with another one like that. So that's many of us are used to in our own different ways. You are welcome to the studio, man.
Thank you very much.
And we're happy to have you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I
Yeah,
do
thank you very
appreciate
much.
this. All right. Have a great time. Bye bye. And asking, yes, you can also call via WhatsApp 0817 Somebody was asking, and that is the answer. Yes, I'll take some messages uh, from WhatsApp before more calls. Good morning. Please, our politicians are one of the problems we are having. Let them stop deceiving us because we're not children. Again, let Mr. President release. Okay, I think you said this on the air. Was yes, the same person. You said that already. Good morning to you too. They are good elderly people to emulate. Tinubu don't. Oh, sorry, I didn't get this. So don't want to. Okay. Good morning. Please, 1 minute is small for your calls. Make it 2 minutes. Thanks. And Anna Paul from Coca. If I tell you how much 2 minutes airtime is worth, you would even say I should make it 30 seconds. But I think everything can be said in a minute because if you check it, the 2 minutes, most times we keep repeating what we said before. So 1 minute is perfect and it will give other people time to call in. Good morning to you, Ostino from Olodia Papa. You said, I was wondering if it is the Mrs. Remi Tinubu who disparaged goes during the election campaign in 2023. Oh well, she's apologized for that. She said it wasn't what she meant. And yeah, same person, but she said that wasn't what she meant. She apologized. Where is integrity? There's still integrity and there's still great people out there. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Cordelia. This is Joval. I'm so happy to find you here.
Oh, I'm happy.
So happy to find you here. Please let me take part of my time to tell some of our listeners that this woman has a lot of CVs packed up, more than 20-something years of experience. Back in the days with Metro 97.7, with Professor Malaki, and then the precious A that you all know. I know you a long time ago. So let me quickly say that any advice coming from our first lady should be narrowed down, especially telling the youth whom exactly they should, emulate. Don't just say we should. The youth should emulate the elders. Tell the youth an example. Which person can they emulate? So with that, we start from here, and I like to tie it with what Remi from London, a very good friend, just said now. So who are we going to emulate? Those that will carry it on, or those that believe in democracy? Thank you, Cordelia. I wish to be hearing from you more often.
Every morning you will catch me here. Thank you, Joval, for the kind words.
Right.
All right. All right, 90.3. That's what you're listening to. VOP. We have about 12 more minutes to go on the program this morning. And I will have somebody there. Good morning. How are you? Okay, it dropped. You can try again and we'll take it. And I have your message on WhatsApp. I'll be reading that. Okay, let's take that call first. Good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning.
You can start right.
Okay.
I think President employed ministers all over the country. All those ministers, what are they doing? Minister of Power, Minister of Finance, Minister of this, Minister of that. What are they doing? Are they helping this country? Or they are working for their own pockets? What are we to lay hands say that Nigeria is doing well? I think it's a high time. He said he will remove all those that are not efficient in their duties. Why is it that we are still in this darkness? Why is it that they would name?
Oh, the line went off. Okay, it was almost a minute. Okay, thank you very much. You asked some very pertinent questions, hoping that we'll find answers. Odugbeson Kayode from Jakonde Estate is Solo. Thank you for your message. You said, I just want to welcome you to the VOP family. I feel so welcomed already. Thank you so much. Remain jollof rice that we will put on top the party don't complete with that. Thank you all so much. Good morning. We're having some drop calls this morning. I apologize on behalf of the networks because not be me. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Oh, your radio. Turn down the volume on the radio. Have you done that now?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Fred. I'm calling from Senegal.
You're calling from where?
Senegal.
Oh, welcome. You have a minute and it starts now.
Okay. I just want to tell the first lady that we don't really need advice.
Your radio is competing with you.
We don't need advice for her at all.
You must have a genuine reason for that. Okay, that's called. I think maybe he has said what he has to say. Well, anybody can advise anybody. It's up to you to pick what you want. Do you understand? Because definitely that, in as much as we feel that, oh no, this thing is not coming well, who should we? Somebody would listen to that advice and it will still work for the person, because they may just be the right people for that person to be emulating. So anything can happen. Good morning. Morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. This is Mr. Yusuf from Ijeoma Egwuatu.
It's rather loud. I mean, it's rather low. Could you be a little louder?
I said this is Mr. Easy.
Easy.
From Ijeoma Egwuatu. Yes.
Okay. Easy from Ijigbo. You can go ahead and you have 1 minute. It starts now.
Madam Cornelia. I've been listening to your former station. So I want to say congratulations to our family.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank
God
you.
Bless you.
God bless you too.
More knowledge, more wisdom upon your life in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Oh, that's all. Okay. I didn't know you promised me like that one. I just stay like that. Okay, it won't happen again. But remember to join me at 9:30. We'll be talking general issues, business, and so on generally, and that will be from 9:30 till 10:30. And at 6:30 p.m. later on today, you could also join me on Life is Good. Let's conclude our segment we had with Remi Garioko sharing his story. I promise you this second part quite interesting. That will be at 6:30 later on. Good morning. Hello, how are you? The radio is disturbing me. Turn it down. Turn down the volume on the radio set. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you? Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Frank. I'm calling from Ejibo.
Welcome. All right. You have a minute?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. I see Nigeria as the most dangerous country to live in the world because all these kidnappings, let's say invasion, hunger. Where do we go from here? Is Nigeria not becoming a city of Babel project? The Tower of Babel project in the Bible. The rulers have turned Nigeria into a Tower of Babel project. I'm not seeing any future for Nigeria at all. Thank you.
Thank you, but I wanna believe that there is future. The future starts from today with our choices. If we can turn things around, it'll come up. We're bold. We're strong people. You have representatives. You can call them back. Tell them, come home. What you they do for there? You're not doing anything. Come on, come on. You can call them back. There is a process for that. You can decide next time to protect your vote. You can decide next time to vote for maybe whoever you want to vote for without forcing the next person to do your bidding. You know, we'll survive, Sha. Good morning. Oh, dropped. Take the next one. Good morning. Is that your radio? Or did I come to your house? That must be your radio.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle. How are you?
Fine. I'm Mr. Ben. I'm calling from Lebanon.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead. You have 1 minute. And your time starts now.
You're welcome to the family. I think I should listen to you for 2 days first. Welcome. You know the one. Welcome. I've seen that you have performance. You're welcome, man.
Thank you very much. Okay, you have 1 minute. It has started, Shabo. Let me start again.
I don't believe in gimmicks. I believe in reality. You have performance. You are good.
Thank you.
So our first lady that said that the youth should mimic the politicians. I don't understand what she actually means, because the youth are actually mimicking the politicians.
No, not the politicians, but elders. Elders.
Our leaders.
Even your village leader is a leader.
That is them ritual, Yahoo. All these things, they learn it from them now. So what are they talking about again? All the nonsense youths are doing to the Nigerian youths, I'm telling you, they are the worst. So their character are the worst. The character of the youth now, can you see pushing them here and there? They learn it from the people. The first lady said that they should learn. They are learning. They are the ones that made them. The political talks, Yahoo, ritualists, cultism, everything. Aburu, pushing motor up and down. Is it not the leaders that train them?
Okay, so it's 1 minute.
So God bless you.
Bless you too. Have a good day. That'll be the last call we're taking for today. Thank you very much. I'll take the last 2 messages. And good morning to you too, Comrade Godfrey from Surulere. You're saying, Cordelia, you're right to say that Remi Tinubu's advice could be useful to some people. You are wicked. You are wicked. He said like the Agberos, Almajiris and political jobbers and psychopaths. Not be those people I talk. Not be those people. Comrade. Okay, no problem. We'll move on to the next one. But I believe, seriously speaking now, I believe it could be of help to anybody who can sieve. Yeah, another day we'll talk about that. Good morning to you too. AY from Mushin, you said, welcome to VOP family. Thank you very much. You said, Nigerian matter, don't tire me. Please don't let her tire you, my brother. Because if it tire you, that means say, Yawadeo. You know? So let's keep the faith alive. Uganu, I've been going well since, and the real Gawas have come. They're going to gawa this one in Igbo shortly. How you guys doing? Good morning.
Otutu Monday, that's how Nsuka people will say it.
How would Owerri people say it?
Aremoma.
How would Arochukwu people say it?
Now only you sabi that one.
What of Anambra people?
Anambra, how do they talk them? One Odumoje brother day here.
Na talk it.
Ademma.
That's all.
You know, in the morning, Anambra, we don't talk much.
You are calculating money.
In the afternoon, we increase the money. Because what brought us together is revenue.
And the revenue never knew since.
You are not talking. That's what you understand.
The IRF never knew.
Hey, because sometimes you're the one that this reverend, where are you? Are you following only reverend, or you are just doing anyhow?
No, you know, this time is ministerial time, so we don't have cliche. We only have powers.
Oginibu cliche.
According to INEC. Glitch.
You know, when they will bring one grammatical ponduamus.
According to INEC, glitch.
But it's well. Now hear all the things we don't talk now.
We don't hear them. Plenty.
This one, they may be increasing power supply fees again. They say gas this, gas that. I keep wondering, the gas that they flare in my backyard, can't we use it?
That gas is different from the one.
You know, when they say they will increase anything power, it's for people that doesn't have power. Me, I don't have.
You have several powers already.
This kind of power is not for people it's not for people like Odumeje, because someone like Odumeje has a lot of powers. So this one
power is too much. We don't need.
It won't affect him.
The power sector now, we use ganduje. So in the night we use into sanitaria. In the morning we use semre lape malense.
No wonder lights no day. Because before all these things we pass wire, it is packed. No wonder national grid is always greeding and always collapsing.
Seriously, that was why Nigeria didn't enjoy Easter, because of the national grid collapse.
It's true. In their number, you will say it collapse, Abi.
Collapse.
Our account is always for money. Like millions.
Thank you guys very much. I'll be back 9:30. I'm going to leave my guys to take over from this point. See you at 9:30 for the other beat we'll be having. And at 6:30 to be time for life is good. I'm Cordelia Obe. Thank you for your calls. And thank you, Esther, for doing the magic in front of me. Take care, guys.